Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium, home of the TCU Horned Frogs. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on a team from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Horned Frogs will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. So Stanford's return team didn't help matters out much there. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars. This guy fits that mold.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack of all trades.
Trying to get to it. Got out of trouble and throws. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3 and out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Big 6.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Brown will throw it. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The Horned Frogs offense has its first opportunity of the day. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game? The head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see.
From the gun, the ground game. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Motion from the offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. Looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. And he's knocked down.
And running backs who can add to the passing game, they can be so dangerous because once they get the catch, they're operating in much more open space than they would be on a handoff. And it really also tests the linebacker's coverage ability and those DBs tackling ability.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Shoved back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Running back goes in motion. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's complete to the left. That's a live ball. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
That looks like a really...
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Hudson. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Touchdown, TCU! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stevenson. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Let's say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the running back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Stanford! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved them up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Quarterback on the keeper. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. First down to start the drive after the break. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Makes his connection. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you've got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Wide receiver shows motion. Dialing up a second down pass play. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Pittsburgh has the lead right now. The Steel City has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Wisconsin. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Makes the grab. It's hold. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Stanford wants to push the pace.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freeze the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Takes the handoff. It's Parrish. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Brown wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Harris. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
He now has 62 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed in the open field run.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Now the play fake. Feeling some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Plenty of time in the pocket, and he'll sling it out to the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Trying to find his man on first down. And it's incomplete. He was wild, high and wide on that one. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Brown will throw it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pocket starts to collapse. He's got it on the move. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Stanford comes up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinal! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Here comes the option. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
When your QB sneaking as a quarterback, you got to make a decision. You're going right or you're going left, and that's all predetermined based on how the defensive line lines up. That's decision there by the quarterback.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Movement here from the tight end. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Get it out on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first. Across the 25, he's got room. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive feat.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Going up top on first down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Brown wants to pass. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He wants to throw it again. Coming after it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes. Let's see if they can continue with the pass rush moving forward.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Getting some heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
He's looking for an open man on second down. That's caught. It's Hudson. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. Pressure coming. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, he'll fire. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Grab near the marker. It's Hudson. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. So they covered 42 yards on the drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score. And Jesse probably scored pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Fort Worth. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Amon G. Carter Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Stanford set to boot it deep to start this second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking for room. It's Palmer. Makes his man miss. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Second down coming up. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Fast motion from the offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down and run. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Motion from the offense. He'll keep it himself. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Now on second down. The inside handoff. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. On the return, it's Stevenson. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Line gets set, first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Looking for a block. It's Hudson. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Using his legs, it's Palmer. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Hudson. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the first down.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Not sexy at all, right? Just hand the ball to the running back. Could I pull it? Yeah, but I want to get that first down. Nice job understanding the situation of the game, going and getting the first down, and getting a fresh set of downs.
Power football with the run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
He'll pull it on the read. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Let's go! They'll run it from the gun. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game 1, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
Get set, get set. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Wants to go up top. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The option look. He'll pitch it. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll try to get it through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 8 over Wisconsin. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Brown will throw it. quickly to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Stanford lines up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Quarterback on the keeper.
I'll tell you, the running backs and the quarterbacks in this offense, they got to give a lot of their success running the football to this offensive line up front. They're getting tremendous push. It doesn't matter who has the football, who's keeping the football. You're just seeing this group up front drive this defense backwards.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Here's the handoff. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Yeah, the offense was trying to go draw and make it look like pass, but I'll tell you, the linebackers weren't fooled. They came down hard quickly, got into the backfield, and got the tackle for loss.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goal. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's able to pick his way for just a bit. The 18, good job by the punt team. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a... You gotta get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got it in the middle, it's Holt.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
The quick out. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on 1st down. grabbed over the middle. It's Harris. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Gets it out fast.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Fires to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Stevenson. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Stanford now has it in the red zone. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Encroachment. Defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They're going to throw it again. He's got it and still on his feet. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Trying to run it in. Good, solid tackle.
Well, they decided to try to run it in on that 2-point play. He got 2 yards, but he needed one more. They fall short.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll run this play from the pistol. They'll try the run. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And I know it's not a 1st down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next 3rd down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the 1st. The Horned Frogs will have a 1st down.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some 1st downs. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice this game. There's nothing you can do to stop us.
With the clock running, this should be the final play. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.